Everyone has been witness to what is happening in our neighborhood in Sri Lanka. Chaos and anarchy. The country is under an emergency now. As news of President Gotabaya fleeing for Maldives emerged, the protests spiraled out of control on the streets of Colombo. The Prime Minister and now interim President Ranil Wickremesinghe's house is a fief of the protesters who climbed up and hoisted the country's flag. But meanwhile, it's had a ripple effect here in India as well. But the question being asked is, could India face such a situation in the future? And if yes, who will be responsible? Most people right now are saying that any concerns being raised about India facing same economic ruin like Sri Lanka are completely ill-placed. In fact, if there is a real message coming out of Sri Lanka, it is that the dynasty eventually leads to destruction of the country. That the Rajapaksa dynasty, its downfall and its effect on the downfall of the country should hold a message for the dynasties right here in India.
देखिए, कुछ भी हो सकता है, अल्लाह रहम करे। हम तो दुआ करते हैं कि अल्लाह ताला हमें उस मुश्किल से निजात दे जो श्रीलंका में हुई है। अल्लाह करे कि हमारी हुकूमत के लोग जो हैं वो इस सिचुएशन को समझते हुए ऐसे इक़दामात उठाएं कि हम उस तरफ न जाएं।
इंडिया में तो मोदी जी का हालत भी ऐसा ही है। सब कुछ दिन के डे बाय डे ये तेल का दाम, दूसरा चीज़ का दाम बढ़ रहा। इज डूइंग नथिंग। वो जो वहाँ का जो राष्ट्रपति का जो हाल हुआ अभी श्रीलंका में, वो हाल तो मेरा ख्याल से यहाँ मोदी जी का हो जाएगा। मोदी जी का प्रधानमंत्री का वही हाल होगा।
Some point of time, situations were like India, Silna versus Christian, Muslim, and this led to unemployment and inflation. And also Sri Lanka landed up in big debt, and that finally led to a chaos situation. So it's a warning for us.
पर ये मैं आपसे कह सकता हूँ दावे के साथ कि हिंदुस्तान ठीक चलेगा, श्रीलंका नहीं बनेगा, हिंदुस्तान कभी भी नहीं बनेगा। बुकला सरकार है, हमारी डेमोक्रेसी चलती है, पार्लियामेंट है, रोज इनका काम होता है, कोई बराबरी नहीं है श्रीलंका के साथ। नहीं तो जो बर्बाद हुआ है वहाँ, उसका तो नतीजा है ही है कि ये 5 भाई थे राजपक्ष खानदान के, जितनी महत्वपूर्ण पोस्ट थी, प्रेसिडेंट से लेके फॉरेन मिनिस्टर, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर, स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्टर, ये 5 भाई कर रहे थे। तो 15 साल हुकूमत की, अब ये हाल है कि लोगों ने कहा कि भाई अब हो गया काफ़ी आपके लिए।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Kuntal Krishna, political analyst, Dr. Shashi Panja, Minister in charge of Women and Child Development and Social Welfare of the Trinamool Congress, National Spokesperson of Samajwadi Party, Anurag Bhadoria. My first question is to Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of the BJP. The charge is that if tomorrow India faces a Sri Lanka-like situation, it will be because of your party and not any dynasty. That is what is common. Your economic policies, not the dynasty question. Sanju Verma.
You know, Padmaja, comparing India to Sri Lanka is not comparing apples and oranges, but comparing apples with watermelons. You know, I have written a tweet which went super viral, and I will just tell you in brief. Sri Lanka's total GDP is currently about $80 billion odd, depleting rapidly. India's GDP is more than $3.2 trillion. We are the 6th largest economy in terms of nominal GDP. We are the 3rd largest economy in terms of purchasing power parity. And I think in the next 2 days, we will even surpass the United Kingdom in terms of nominal GDP to become the 5th largest economy in the world. And Sri Lanka's total debt, do you know how much it is? It is $52 billion, which means that more than 63% of Sri Lanka's GDP is eaten away by debt, whereas India's debt to GDP is only 20.63%, less than 21%. And the most important thing, the problem with Sri Lanka is that Sri Lanka tried to borrow its way to growth. Whereas in the case of India, we have the 4th largest foreign exchange reserves in the the world at just shy of $600 billion.
Okay.
And the other very important thing, which I want to tell people is that be it milk, poultry, fish, tea, coffee, rice, wheat, jute, cotton, pulses, vegetables, in every category, India is either the number 1 or number 2 producer in the world. So we have a diversified economy, whereas Sri Lanka relied on only 2 things.
Okay.
Its economy is largely about exporting rice and exporting tea.
So let me ask you this bluntly. Is there bigger problem, that dynasty issue or the debt issue?
I'll come to that in 20 seconds.
Which is the bigger problem?
Just give me 20 seconds, Padmaja. So, I have shown to you that India is the 3rd largest economy in terms of purchasing power parity. We grew at 8.9% last year. And the IMF says India will be the fastest growing economy. Even in 2022-23, we will grow at more than 7% and rest of the world will not even grow by more than 2.3%. This is the IMF saying, not Sanju Verma. Now, talking about dynasty. Look at what has happened to dynasty in India. We had the Gandhi dynasty. They ruled India for more than 5 decades. Abhi Rahul Gandhi chutti mana rahe hain, and the Congress party has completely lost whatever little political relevance it had. Look at the Yadav, the Mulayam Singh Yadav dynasty, almost been out of power now for more than 5 years. They lost 2017. They lost 2022. The only dynasty that is still surviving in India, a semblance of it is surviving, is the Karunanidhi dynasty and to some extent the Mamata Banerjee dynasty in Bengal. But the limited point is this, Padmaja. I know you are smiling. The limited point is this. Sri Lanka, you had Gotabaya Rajapaksa, the president from 2019 to 2022. Just indulge me for 10 seconds. His brother Mahinda Rajapaksa was the president from 2009 to 2019. Mahinda Rajapaksa was also the prime minister from 2004 to 2009. From 2004 to 2022, 80 years you have the Rajapaksa family ruling Sri Lanka. In India,
but just a second, isn't there where there is a confusion in your own argument? On the one hand, you are saying that their borrowing was the problem, but you have opportunistically also made it about dynasty because you want to attack the Congress, the TMC, the RJD.
I credit you with more intelligence. A problem is never about a binary. A problem happens in Sri Lanka, in a country like Sri Lanka, because of various reasons: dynasty, parivarvad, corruption.
Let me bring in Dr. Shashi Panja on that note, because your party's first family was one of the many dynasties quoted. That other than the economic problems, there is also the issue of a dynasty dragging down the island nation, Dr. Shashi Panja. And West Bengal could face the same.
Good evening, Padmaja ji. Two issues. Now, there were lots of data which were rattled off. So what is the warning? The warning to India is what is wrong in being careful. What is wrong in the opposition expressing its anxiety or because it is concerned about India. Now, there were certain reasons which led to the downfall or this present situation in Sri Lanka. It was things like bankruptcy. It was due to, mismanagement of economic policies. They have depleted their own resources. There was heavy debt, increased commodity prices. They did not listen to their farmers. They did not appreciate there's an increasing fuel in prices. I mean, absolutely escalated ones. There was food inflation. There was plenty of shortages. There were increase in the vital daily necessities. What we are concerned about is that even this country, as per the data of the RBI, more than 40% or $267 billion worth of external debt of the total $621 billion is due for repayment in the next 9 months. How does the government propose to repay the dues? India is struggling with excessive inflation. It's at the all-time high. We cannot deny this. We cannot deny that all-time high of unemployment in 45 years. There are natural disasters like COVID. Then there are BJP man-made disasters like communal rights, like lynching, enmity, bulldozer. that is there.
Ma'am,
Then there is retail inflation.
So I want to actually say, because we are going off on unrelated data. Two issues I want to flag off more specifically, ma'am.
You cannot indulge somebody and not allow me to speak.
Ma'am, because I want to come back to the point, more specifically on two issues and two data points. Here is the thing, that as compared to Sri Lanka, here is what the data looks like for West Bengal. Sri Lanka has a debt of 6 lakh crores, whereas West Bengal's debt right now is about 5.6 lakh crores. So if there is anyone which is close to Sri Lanka in terms of debt, it is the state of West Bengal, point number one. And point number two, the issue of dynasty which is being spoken of. Can you address the issue of dynasty? Is that the problem that Sri Lanka faced and West Bengal also faces?
I have not finished the points. The Indian rupee is at the all-time low. Please keep quiet, Sanjuji. Maintain civility in the debate.
Okay.
I did not speak.
Ladies, just a second, please. Ma'am, that data is literally on our screen. That data is on our screen. But I want to again come back to the topic of the debate, which is the issue of dynasty. Please, can we speak one at a time? Dr. Shashi Panja, would you like to address the issue of what is being spoken of as the dynasty problem which dragged down Sri Lanka? Dr. Panja.
Okay, now the dynasty that you were attacking us on. The biggest dynasty we can see is of the Sangh Parivar. We can see of the Sangh Parivar. Can you deny that? Okay. Dynasty policies. You have Anurag Thakur, whose father was Prem Dhumalji. Who was he? Something in BJP. We have Kailash Vijayvargiya's son in BJP. Akash Vijayvargiya. Arun Jaitleyji's son is there. Dynasty politics. Basavaraj Bommai, Karnataka CM. He's the father of S.R. Bommai.
Okay.
Piyush Goyal's son is in this. Dharmendra Pradhan is son of Devendra Pradhan, BJP.
Okay. So we have had this list repeated again and again. Respond then. If dynasty is a problem, you are the biggest dynasty, Sanju Verma. Okay, go on.
If the dynasty...
Padmaja, you will have to now give me time to rebut. This is an important topic. I don't want to be heckled by somebody who knows nothing about economics.
No. Please. Again, no personal comments, please.
Okay.
Respond to what she said.
Let me make my point very clear to you. You know, the TMC panelists spoke about Anurag Thakur, and I'm so glad she said that. Anurag Thakur became Member of Parliament for the first time in 2008. And it was only in 2019 that he became a minister in the Modi government when his father, Prem Kumar Dhumal, was almost virtually into retirement. Now, Pankaj Singh, who's an MLA in Noida, he's the son of Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. Is he government in Uttar Pradesh? No. Now look at the example of Dushyant Singh, the son of Vasundhara Raje. Vasundhara Raje has been the chief minister of Rajasthan twice. She was a minister in the Atal Bihari Vajpayee cabinet. Is Dushyant Singh government? No. Have you heard of Abhishek Singh, the son of former Chhattisgarh?
What are you trying to explain, says Dr. Panja? What are you trying to explain?
What are you trying to explain? You are the one who attacked the dynastic families.
So the point is in
the dynastic families. What are you trying to explain?
Miss Panja.
What are you explaining? What are you explaining?
The son of Rajnath Singh in government?
What are you explaining? The Indian economy mismanagement for you is not important. The mismanagement of economy, Indian economy, Indian rupee,
whereas in your
and the
case,
gas
your
prices
Abhishek Banerjee and Mamata Banerjee,
does not affect
between
you.
them,
It does not affect you.
ruling Bengal.
But technically, Abhishek Banerjee is also not a part of the government. Mamata Banerjee is chief minister, but Abhishek Banerjee is not in government. That is as far as the technical argument. Okay, let me bring in Anurag Bhadoria also, please. Let me bring in Kuntal Krishna. Is this a message for dynasties in India? And of course, everyone's referring to the Congress dynasty. Kuntal Krishna. Mr. Krishna.
Neighbor mate, and we should not be discussing. Hello?
Yes, go on, please.
Hello? Padmaja, am I audible?
Very audible, sir. Go on.
Padmaja, we must learn from the mistakes which our neighbor made, and we should immediately stop discussing fake issues and propaganda. Now let me tell you, collapse of Sri Lanka has nothing to do with these issues which we are discussing. Collapse of Sri Lanka is there because of mismanagement by the then government, because of misrule of the government, because of bad economic policies, because of politics of polarization, politics of hate. So we must learn from what Sri Lanka faced, and before it's too late, we should stop discussing fake issues and propaganda.
But sir, how do you decide that an issue is fake or not? If you have a member of a family that has populated all the powerful ministries, you take decisions that are going to be detrimental to your country, but nobody speaks up. Because the minister who will have to speak up is also your brother. Isn't that the problem? Yes, there were bad policy decisions that were taken, but nobody spoke against those policy decisions because your own family was there in all the powerful positions. I'm going to have to end on that note, unfortunately, because we're out of time. Thank you very much, both ladies, and Kuntal Krishna for joining us. I fear that we'll have to speak about this much more in the days to come as well, because serious issues at play in Sri Lanka, which India will look at with concern. Thanks for watching.
The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.
Water, induced with immunity of vitamin C.
Introducing Faber Seaguard, RO with vitamin C filter. Now water provides immunity.
Where the software engineer meets the gifted content writer, meets the cool UI UX designer, meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
Right now, Kuljit is launching a company. Right now, Sunil is raising $1 billion. Kriti is breaking the internet. And Anjali is breaking a ceiling. Right now, Mars is just around the corner. Right now is better than it has ever been. Right now is the time of a better India. And it's time to find your place in it.
You're watching the News Hour at 10. The News Hour at 10 will be right back after the break.
25 साल क्या बदला इस समय में? देखो तो बहुत कुछ और देखो तो कुछ नहीं। कुछ रंग आज भी उतने ही खिलते हैं, बस उन्हें पिरोने के तरीके बदल गए। Celebrating 25 years of being safer with Faber.
claims paid ratio. बेहतर हुआ इंडिया के भरोसे का नंबर.
Change is the law of life. No one in my family is a lawyer, so I wanted to be the first. Future-ready law professional in this legally advanced world. And to be a top lawyer in today's age needs a hand-on training and experience. Yes, I'm talking about Bennett University's 5-year law program. Social media, AI, crypto, NFT, all the latest genres of law. Moot court training from first year, internships in High Court and Supreme Court. Bennett completely redefined the meaning of the word law. That's what is preparing me today, a new age future-ready lawyer for tomorrow. So guys, dream big.
You're watching the News Hour at 10.